Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chai and Book Girl. This is Amanda, and tonight we are going to be doing scary stories around the campfire. For our special Camp Summerween story tonight, we are going to be doing Morgana Macabre's Halloween Special by Wendy Dalrymple. I am your host this evening. We have our campfire. We are in the beautiful forest here at Camp Summerween, and we are ready to begin. The Halloween Amanda and Jennifer were 18, they scoured thrift stores, party stores, and dollar stores to create matching Morgana Macabre costumes. The teens spent an entire month of October cobbling together DIY outfits to emulate the look of their favorite horror television icon, from her bright red beehive of hair right down to her vampy floor-length vintage nightgown. But despite their fantastic costumes, that Halloween, the two best friends had no intentions of going trick-or-treating or going to a party. Instead, they were going to spend the night with Morgana Macabre, their favorite horror hostess. Morgana's all-night Halloween party special was set to air live on VTV, cable access music video. Channel 34. It was the Halloween special to end all specials and promised to be a total scream. Ew, gross. I thought you were going to get fat-free popcorn. Amanda picked up the box of microwave popcorn and pulled a disgusted frown. Her red lips matched her red beehive hairdo, a marvel of hair sculpture shellacked in place with hairspray, mousse, and a glaze of red canned hairspray coloring. The glow-in-the-dark press-on nails kept snagging on the black nightgown she had Frankensteined together with mesh spiderweb panels, black lace, and long, dramatic bell sleeves. Not a perfect copy of Morgana Macabre, but an homage that got the creepy, sexy aesthetic down to a T. Fat fruit is a scam, Jennifer said, grabbing the bag. All that diet stuff is full of chemicals. Besides, they don't help you lose weight. Amanda rolled her eyes. Like her best friend, Amanda also sported red lips and a red beehive style while wearing her own Morgana Macabre handmade Gothic nightgown. Shoulder to shoulder in the kitchen, the two girls looked practically identical from behind. She crossed her bell sleeves at her chest. Oh yeah, and microwave popcorn isn't full of chemicals too? Touché. Jennifer placed the bag into the microwave and pressed the popcorn button. What time does this start again? Amanda checked the time on the microwave. Like 5 minutes. This was such a good idea, by the way. I know, Jennifer said. Why hasn't Morgana done a Halloween special before? Amanda shrugged. You know how it is. They give all the airtime to guys like Crypt Keeper Kyle and Dr. Moore Ure. They're not nearly as funny as Morgana, Jennifer sighed. Okay, I'll get the drinks. When are your parents supposed to be home? Dad said after midnight, but that's only if they don't get too trashed. Amanda rolled her eyes. Last year, my parents drank way too much and crashed on Uncle Jimmy's couch. The sound of the last screeching trick-or-treaters filtered through the living room window as Amanda and Jennifer settled in front of the television. The pumpkin Amanda had carved earlier that day sat on top of the console-style television, grinning back at her with a jagged, glowing yellow smile. Amanda picked up the remote control and flipped the television to cable access station 34. A commercial for Taco Bell's Supreme 79-cent menu ended, and the opening credits to Morgana Macabre's B-Movie Power Hour flickered on the screen. Hello, boys and ghouls, Amanda and Jennifer yelled in sync with Morgana. Normally, the sexy television hostess draped her voluptuous body across a purple and black velvet chaise lounge during her shows. Tonight, however, Morgana sat upright on a purple peacock rattan chair decorated with orange twinkle lights. Her set, which was always Halloween ready, had been replaced with a giant roll-down screen. Tonight's film, Summer Slasher 69, was displayed on the screen and framed by mist from a fog machine working overtime. On this All Hallows special eve, you're getting a full 2 hours of fabulous, beautiful, wonderful me. This amazing, special, spectacular horror film from director Peter Van Dries. Van Dries? Jennifer said, grabbing a handful of popcorn. Isn't he that director guy who got shot by police on his compound? Shh, Amanda tossed a piece of popcorn at her friend. Morgana's talking. That's right. We'll be together all the way up to the witching hour watching this super spooky, controversial slasher film from one of the biggest creeps out there. Yuck. Morgana stuck her finger in her open mouth and made a gagging sound. Like, gross me out. That Van Dries guy was a total loser, and this film doesn't promise to be much better. Let's roll the footage and see for ourselves. Have you seen this one yet? Jennifer asked. I thought it was banned. Tyler said he saw it, Amanda said, her eyes glued to the screen. One of his college roommates got a bootleg copy or something. He said it was gross. Your brother would watch it. I heard that some of the people in the movie weren't actors. They were really being killed, Jennifer said. No, Amanda scoffed. The Hollywood movie people wouldn't let that happen. Would they? I don't know, Jennifer said. Let's watch. The opening of the film was typical of 1980s slashers, a group of teenagers sitting around a fire, smoking and drinking and having sex in the woods. A hulking, faceless menace watching nearby, hidden in the shadows. There was nothing special about this killer, only that before he went in for the final kill, he asked his victims in a husky, breathy voice, "Are you ready to die?" Then one by one, the teenagers got picked off in brutal, creative kills, all through the use of a wine bottle corkscrew, until finally there was only the most angelic, most virginal, and perfect girl left. Time flew by as the two friends watched Morgana rag on about the film, picking out plot holes and dunking on bad dialogue and camera angles. Morgana watched the film from an ornate, overstuffed chair next to the screen, throwing popcorn at the movie and causing the images to flicker and fizzle. She was just as much a part of the movie as the cheesy B actors were, taking part in the presentation and inviting her viewers to do the same. Before Amanda and Jennifer knew it, it was midnight and their Halloween special was almost at an end. Oh, that film was a real stinker, Morgana said as the credit rolled. She wiped sweat from beneath her beehive brow. I can see why folks wanted it banned. Oh, it was awful. The credits rolled as Morgana pitched the new season of her show. Amanda groaned and picked up the empty popcorn bowl. Well, I guess that's it. Wait, there's more, Jennifer said, pointing at the screen. The killer from the film appeared again on the screen next to Morgana, life-size in comparison to the TV host. His nameless, faceless character had been pretty one-dimensional throughout the film, but his silhouette was still recognizable. He was a giant of a man who slashed throats and stomachs without seemingly any motive or reason for his proclivity to violence. During the film, the two girls hadn't been scared of this character at all, but now, as he stared at them through the screen, he didn't seem so harmless after all. And next week, we're going to have my friend and founder of the Gloominators, Junie Gloom, here on the show, Morgana said, her gaze turning to the screen. Oh, I didn't know there was bonus content on this. A hulking figure turned to face Morgana as if he'd heard her speak. His entire body was life-size on the screen, standing a full foot taller than Morgana. He dropped his bloody wine corkscrew to the ground and retrieved a large hunting knife from his back sheath. He displayed the knife, letting the blade glint in the moonlight, almost as if he were showing Morgana, taunting her. Hey guys, Morgana dropped her Valley Girl effect. She scowled and glanced directly at the camera. What is this? This isn't in the script. Is Morgana allowed to swear on TV? Jennifer asked. I hope she doesn't get dinged by the censors. The lumbering killer moved into the moonlight, finally showing his face, or what was left of it. His pale skin was a hairless canvas of scars. Where eyelids and nostrils and lips should have been, only fleshy mounds remained. He grunted, held up the knife, and stepped 1 foot out of the screen and onto Morgana's studio set. Oh, snap. Jennifer stood up and ran over to the console television. Get out of the way. Amanda rushed to her side. I want to see. Morgana screamed and brought her hands up to her face. The killer stepped all the way out of the screen, his knife raised high and pointed toward the television host. How do they do that? Jennifer said. So rad. Probably computer graphics or something, Amanda said. Do you think Does Morgana look really scared? Morgana glanced into the camera, locking eyes with Amanda. Help! Wow, this is so much better than I thought it would be. Jennifer bounded on her heels. Morgana is really stepping up her game. The television hostess ran off screen, screaming as the knife-wielding maniac from the film followed her. The sound of Morgana screaming and banging against something echoed in the distance. There was nothing on the screen besides her empty set, but the show kept airing anyway. Jennifer checked the digital clock on the kitchen microwave as Morgana continued to cry for help. It's 12:05, Jennifer said. The heavy metal music hour should be on now. Why is this still rolling? I don't know, Amanda said. Maybe Morgana is trying to do something experimental, like a found footage thing? Help, Morgana whispered, her face reappearing close to the screen. You two, can you hear me? Get me out of here. Wait, Amanda said. Is she talking to us? No, Jennifer said. This is all part of the special. This is weird, right? Amanda leaned in closer. She stared deep into the eyes of her role model and icon. Morgana's usually jovial attitude and snarky personality were gone. Amanda was staring into the eyes of a woman who was truly afraid for her life. Morgana gave one last tearful plea. Help! A milky hand with neon-colored nails reached through the screen. Amanda gasped as Morgana's other hand followed, along with the top of her red beehive hairdo. What is going on? Jennifer screeched. Amanda didn't have time to recoil, only to react. She grabbed Morgana's hands and pulled her out of the television console onto the plush green living room carpet. The two friends froze as the woman lay sprawled on their living room floor, sobbing and coughing. Morgana caught her breath and pushed herself up off the ground. That was so scary, she said. You literally saved me. This isn't real, Amanda shook her head. Morgana Mokab is not in my living room. You saw that, right? Morgana pointed to the television screen. That guy, he came out of the fucking movie and tried to kill me. How is this happening? Amanda began to sob. What's going on? Morgana and the teens turned their attention back to the television. The killer stared back at them, breathing heavily through thick, waxy lips. Then he advanced towards the screen. Turn it off, Amanda shouted. Jennifer lunged for the television. She punched the power button and on the set as the killer raised the knife overhead. With a click, the television screen went black, and the three matching Morgana Macabres all exhaled in unison. That was wild, Jennifer said. The teens and Morgana stood in shocked silence, catching their breaths and occasionally letting out nervous bouts of laughter. After a moment, Amanda cleared her throat and spoke. So, Morgana? I guess, Miss Burkett? You can call me Shannon, the woman said, removing her red wig. I can't thank you girls enough. That guy was a maniac. How did you, Jennifer stammered, how did you come through the TV screen? Shannon Burkett, in the flesh, also known by her stage name, Morgana Macabre, lowered herself onto the living room couch. She ran a hand through her shoulder-length silver hair and sighed. I don't know, girls. I've lived long enough to see some crazy shit. You wouldn't believe the things that can happen in this world. Where are we, by the way? Tampa, Amanda gulped. Florida. Yuck, Shannon said. Geez, that's a long way from New York. How the heck am I going to get back? My parents should be home soon, Amanda said. They could probably help you get to the airport or something. Girls, I really can't thank you enough, Shannon said. Love your costumes, by the way. Once we get all this sorted out, maybe you can come on the show. I would love that, Amanda said, her eyes shimmering and starry. Wait, Jennifer said. You were just chased by a slasher movie killer who came to life in your own studio, and then we pulled you into our living room thousands of miles away, and everyone is acting all chill about it? Shannon shrugged. Hey, it's Halloween. Weird stuff happens. I think we need to call someone for help. Jennifer reached for the phone on the side table and brought it to her ear. Amanda, your phone is dead. A loud thud resonated through the house, and the lights cut out. A heavy, ominous sensation filled the living room as the ever-present electric buzz behind the walls quieted, and the atmosphere replaced with a dreaded void. Amanda and Jennifer clung to each other as Shannon launched from the couch to the front door. The two teens followed their horror icon as Shannon swung the front door open to the silence of the Halloween midnight. The house across the street was aglow, the front door also wide open. Even from across the street, Amanda recognized the scene on the television glowing in her neighbor's living room. It was Morgana's empty set. Lying motionless and sprawled on the ground in the light of the television screen was Amanda's neighbor, Mr. Myers. "Oh my goodness," Shannon said. "We're too late. He's already here." Amanda's blood ran cold as she heard the unmistakable sound of her back sliding door opening, followed by heavy breathing and heavier footsteps. "Run!" The three Morganas took off into the night, angling towards the Myers house. Amanda used to pet sit his cat when he was away, so she was familiar with the layout of his kitchen. She knew exactly where his phone was hanging on the wall. "Hurry!" Amanda ushered Shannon and Jennifer into the house just in time to see the killer's shadow filling out her doorway. She slammed the door and locked the deadbolt. "Jennifer, go make sure the back door is locked," Amanda shouted. "I'll call 911. Amanda gagged and stepped over Mr. Myers' body, trying not to look at his insides. His cat hissed as they walked towards the kitchen, then darted under the couch in a flash of orange. Amanda grabbed the cordless phone and dialed as Shannon raided the butcher block for knives. 911, what's your emergency?" "Someone's trying to kill us," Amanda said, barely able to choke out her words. "Come quick, he has a knife." "Ma'am, calm down," the voice said. "What's your location?" "I live at 302 Maple Street. I'm across the street at the Myers residence," she said. "Oh, please hurry, he's going to kill us." "Stay on the line," the operator said. "The police are on their way." "Okay." Amanda squeezed her eyes shut, her entire body quaking. She'd always wanted to meet her idol, but never thought it would be like this. She always said if she ever met Morgana McCobb, she would die, but she didn't really mean it. "One more thing, ma'am," the operator said, her voice low and breathy. "Are you ready to die?" Amanda gasped and made a strangled, squeaking sort of sound as something sharp and hot sliced into her ear. She brought the phone away from her face as something hot and sticky ran down the side of her neck. She made a funny expression and gazed at the portable phone to find the end of the hunting knife stuck out of the blood-soaked earpiece. Amanda let out one last gurgle and fell to the floor. "Amanda!" Jennifer screamed and ran to her friend's side. Shannon chuckled and pushed past Jennifer as she huddled over her friend. She casually strode toward the front door, kicking Mr. Myers' body out of the way. "No!" Jennifer shouted. "Don't open the door. He's out there." "Oh, I know he is." Shannon turned the deadbolt and opened the door. "Johnny likes a chase, and I like to help facilitate that for him." "What?" Jennifer sobbed, her legs refusing to move. Shannon opened the door. The killer from the film stood in the doorway, chest heaving. The television hostess leaned in and kissed him on what used to be his lips. "Hey, baby," Shannon said. "Happy Halloween." "Amanda," Jennifer sobbed, "you gotta get up." "There's no use running," Shannon said. "It's Halloween, and Johnny needs his sacrifice. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it goes." "We looked up to you," Jennifer shouted. Johnny, the hulking serial killer, moved forward. Jennifer had nothing to protect herself and nowhere to run. She was trapped, dressed as her icon on her favorite holiday of the year, with her dead friend at her feet. "Why would you do this?" Jennifer sobbed, trying one last plea. "Help us, please." The killer closed the gap between them, holding his wine corkscrew high. The last thing Jennifer saw before her eyes were gouged out was Morgana McCobb scowling and shaking her head. "Don't meet your heroes, sweetie," Morgana said. "They're always a disappointment." The end. Thank you for joining me tonight for spooky stories at Camp Summerween. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you are enjoying your Camp Summerween experience, reading your spooky Summerweenie books. Until next time, bye.